This is the 10th video presentation for the CASE Ag Power and Technology course. As you view this video, be sure to make notes of important information. Feel free to pause, repeat, and resume the video whenever necessary. Welding, Lesson 4.3, Fasten and Fuse. You have completed Activity 4.3.2, Plain Fastener, during which you tested fasteners by strength and location. This presentation provides information about fusing metal through the welding process. Welding fuses material together to form strong, permanent joint between material. It is most commonly used to fuse metals together, but it is also applied to plastics. Welding requires specialized personal protective equipment to protect the welder from high heat and intense light emitted during the welding process. Leather gloves and aprons are worn to protect the welder from heat. All skin must be covered with a shaded face shield worn to protect it from the intense infrared rays. Welding areas need to be well ventilated to protect the welder from toxic fumes, and cooling buckets should be available to cool the welded metal. Welding uses a source of heat to fuse the metal together. High electrical current or flammable mixture of gases are used to create a heat source that will melt the metal. Filler metal is added to the molten puddle to increase the strength of the metal and change the mechanical properties of the metal. Some welds need more strength, where others need to be more ductile and able to bend. Some filler metals have a flux coating on them that produces a gas during the welding process to protect the weld from impurities. The flux will also form a coating on the weld called slag that protects the weld as it cools. There are many factors that will affect the quality of the weld. The angle of the filler metal and its distance from the base metal will affect the size and shape of the weld. The weld is also dependent upon the intensity of the heat and the movement of the heat source along the joint being welded. If welding technique is incorrect, a defective weld will be produced. Welders are able to look at a weld and determine the cause of the defect. Poor technique and practice will cause welds to be porous and weak with no penetration. As a review, mark or highlight 3 key points in your notes that are important to remember from this presentation. List 2 ideas or concepts that relate to previous knowledge. List any questions you have about this topic. Discuss these questions with your instructor. Keep any notes you have from this presentation organized and available for use throughout the course. Through Project 4.3.3, Ways of Welding, you will research and present basic techniques for different welding processes in order to understand the variety of processes that are used to fuse metal. Your teacher will provide more instructions for the project as well as the expectations for the presentations using Project 4.3.3 Evaluation Rubric.